But if we run this, here's my example results that I created on my machine. I said I want a blue car in the moon, and I always wanted 6 images, so it gave me 6 images, right? So some of them, yeah, first one is just nothing. Second, third, and fourth one is cars, right? They're blue cars, maybe on the texture of a moon, not really. And the last 2 images, again, can't really say what that is. If I say I want a red flower on a ship, um, I get some red flowers, sure. I'm not sure I can identify a ship there. Maybe it doesn't know what a ship is. Maybe that model, that 2 GB model, wasn't trained on what a ship is. So it tried to do something with it, but that's a bit it can come up with. If I said kangaroo on a mountain, from that model that I used, I suppose that's the best outcome from the prompts I tried. You can tell it's a kangaroo, except for maybe image 3 doesn't necessarily resemble a kangaroo, but it's on a mountain, so there's that. The texture on the last image, not too bad, right? The sandy, rocky surface and so on. So it is able to put together what I want. Obviously, nowhere near what we're looking at if we look at what Midjourney, Dolly, Leonardo, and all these platforms can do on a virtually unlimited power resource behind them. Now, the advantage, however, by running this locally is if you run this, and you not just run this, but you compile this on your computer, you have access to every single iteration and every single step of it. And you can pause it, and you can even output intermediate images, and you can actually create yourself, a chart of how your image that you create comes together. And with the step reduction, we can look at, right, this image, the one that after 50 steps produced this, came from that, right? And you don't necessarily always see whatever you start out with, even a close resemblance of what you end up with, right? A lot of times these images drastically change from the first 5 to 10 steps to the final steps that you get, because sometimes the discriminator says, such a big difference in score that it gives the generator that the generator says, you know what, I'm on the completely wrong path. I need to do an almost U-turn to go different set of parameters, different scale of parameters in order to actually achieve what the prompt wanted me to achieve, and it has to completely deviate from the route it's going towards. We always, however, whenever we start something, we start, like I said before, with an initial noise. We have a random noise image, and that image we gradually try to improve. And different algorithms do it differently, right? Different algorithms try to reduce the image, remove all the noise from it, generate more and more believable images that resemble something the art critic would approve of, and ultimately end up with a generated image that in the end is presentable. Now, somewhere on the highest level of image generation not only depends on the model and the platform it runs on, it highly depends on how good you are in telling the model what you want.